In this video we'll talk how to create and modify ship profile. First time running ProDg, you will get a notification that ship configuration file not found. Do you wish to create it? It will take you some time and will require some detailed information about your ship to complete the creation of ship profile. At this stage, IMDG Pro team highly recommends you to proceed with setting up your vessel profile and not to continue using ProDg free version for storage and segregation checks. The results will not be fully reliable. At this moment, if you refuse to create ship profile, you will get warning that the default ship profile configuration will be loaded, and this will affect accuracy of storage and segregation checks. If by mistake you press some other button than Y, there is nothing to worry, just close the console and restart it again. Exactly the same option you will get again. At this time you have to press Y button, which means yes, and then you will come to the screen of creating ship profile. Anytime while in creating ship profile window, you can type exit or simply press escape button to interrupt your work on creation of ship profile. All changes you made will be saved and you will continue working with the IMDG Pro free version with the changes you made. Please do not use that option if you made a mistake. Better take a note on a piece of paper, then complete your input and then switch to change ship profile screen and correct the mistake. Even if at the very beginning you interrupt the process by typing exit or pressing escape button, next time you start the program it will give you the notification. You can press Y and proceed to check and make changes to ship profile window, and alternatively you can open the folder containing ProDg free software and simply delete the ship profile file, then start again from the very beginning. Okay, at this moment let's press button Y, which means yes, and let's go to create a ship profile. So first the question is your vessel name, and there are no special requirements on how you type your vessel name, and it will not affect anything in further job equivalent to call sign. This is just for the reference. There are types of questions which end with Y/N. That means that you have to press Y button for affirmative answers, and any other button including enter button, it will be a negative answer. Down below the same question you will get in blue the answer for your question, which is saved in the vessel profile. How many accommodation superstructures? For these types of questions you have to type a number. If by mistake you press any other button than a digit or a number, then you will get a warning and you have to retype your answer again. Does row 00 exist? That means that some vessels they have row 00, some vessels they do not have row 00 anywhere in this vessel specific question, which you have to answer yes or no. Now we will create the list of seaside positions. Enter maximum row number on starboard side. That is not the number of rows which you have, this is maximum number of row on the starboard side, meaning that if maximum row number is 15 or 17 or 13 or 11, whichever you have on your vessel, please type that one which is the maximum. The similar question for the port side, 14, and do some other bays have different number of rows? You have to most likely answer yes. Maybe your bay 01, 02, 03, 05 have a lesser number of rows than you typed in above two questions. For example, in bay 01 you have only row number 11 on the starboard side, and bay 03 maximum row 13 on the starboard side. In that case we just press yes, and in bay 01 we can mention port most is 10 and starboard most, let's say 11, where on bay 03 you have port most let it be 12 and starboard most let it be 13. And once you finish all other bays already covered by the first two questions, means maximum 15 on the starboard and 14 on port side, then you can press N or any other button to come to the next question. Reefer motors generally facing aft, forward or not defined. On some vessels you have all bays reefers facing only aft or only forward, or some vessels you have everything is mixed up, and if it is mixed up you have to type 0 or otherwise 1 or 2, depends on the facing of the motors. Total number of holes, this number of holes on your vessel. And now for each cargo hold, starting from cargo hold 1, separated by comma, you have to type the forwardmost and the aftmost bay. For example, cargo hold number 1 starting from bay 1 and ends at bay 7. Then cargo hold number 2 starting from bay 9 and ends at bay 15. Good, I made a mistake over here, and then later on I will show you how to fix this mistake. Enter the last bay before the accommodation 1. At this moment ProDg 3 is working only with one accommodation and doesn't make segregation with 2 accommodations. Type the answer is your bay which is just in front of your accommodation. Let it be bay 39, or you could type also 38, which is just in front of accommodation. To create list of living quarters including any of air intake, please list the cell positions located within 3 meters of such quarters. And down below you have the tip on how to enter position. So you can enter a single position like in a standard form, or you can type if, for example, entire cargo hold is or entire bay or entire tier or whatever is considered as living quarters. In our case, we can put for example, you have air intake in the forecastle store forward of bay 01, so entire bay 01 will be considered as living quarter. To be sure that the program has understood you correctly, bay 01, row any, tier any. If the above entry is correct, you have to type Y if in agreement, and any other button if you are not agree. Then you will have to retype. You press enter to confirm. Do you wish to make another entry? And for this case let it be enough. And now you have to list all heated structures on board, such as bunker, tank tops, machinery space, bulkheads, for the list of cell positions directly adjusted to such structures. For example, we have bunker tanks in cargo hold number 3, and let's make all hold 3 tier 02 heated structure. Yes. And do we wish to make any other entry? And let it be bay just in front of accommodation, in front of engine room. Let it be bay 39 under deck, and we have to confirm. Now you have to list all life-saving appliances location on board other than those located around the accommodation area. For example, if you have life raft in the forward of your vessel, adjacent container position you have to enter. Let's save this position. Finally, you will have to enter all the classes, whether they permitted or not, in each cargo hold and on upper deck in accordance with your document of compliance for carriage of dangerous cargo. So for this stage you have to keep this document with you, and for each compartment and for each class specified you have to either type yes or no. Finally, you will get the message ship parameters have been saved. Press any key to continue, and directly after that you can start working already using your just created vessel profile. In case you have made any mistake, you can press highlighted in red option to change your vessel profile, and this option is also available anytime you start the application. Then you have to answer the questions whether you have to change or not the saved value. If value is correct, for example, number of cargo holds equals 5 is correct, you have 5 cargo holds, you don't have to change it, you have to press any button other than Y. For this question we typed a mistake, we just type correct answer over here. At this stage we can press escape and confirm to save changes in the ShipProfile made, and press any key to continue. Please restart the program, start it again. At this moment you will get the message that ShipProfile loaded. That means your vessel profile successfully read by the ProDg 3 version, and then you can start using your software to check stowage and segregation.